Sketchbook prompt nar1.
Fire. Divide into 4 sections. In each section, you can experiment with different styles and mediums, all with the same prompt, fire. What does fire make you think of? Play with the colors, textures, materials, but also think about the emotions associated with fire. It could be stress and anger, or maybe a candle makes you feel calm and relaxed. Try interpreting fire differently for each section. For my first section, I used water-soluble crayons. They help me stay loose and messy. For my second section, I switched to acrylic paint. I like the texture gluing a different paper and gives. I watered down the paint so it swirled together. I didn't have a plan. I just knew I wanted an interesting base to work on top of. I didn't work so literally with this section. Instead, I went back to my comfort zone and drew a face over the paint. In hindsight, I regret not pushing myself to think more about emotion, as the face has a very neutral expression. For the third section, I tried a more graphic design. With just colored pencils, I drew an interpretation of a meteor. I was inspired by the flames on cars, but I wanted it to be a variation, so I made the shapes more angular. I thought a bit of blue flame would add the feeling of intense heat. I like my sketchbook pages to have lots of texture, so I added some of the crayon on top. In the last section, I practiced drawing a hand. I should have paid more attention to the composition, because I didn't leave enough room above the hand for my design. I interpreted fire as light. I created the orb with crayon and acrylic paint. I interrupted myself with a side quest and created a little star with crayons. Adding the finishing touches, I used some of the watered-down crayon to give the hand some shadows. And with that, I finished my page of fire. Now show me yours.